Hi, I'm Pat Ranald. I'm from the Australian Fair Trade and Investment Network. We campaign for fair trade based on human rights, labour rights and environmental sustainability. I want to try and tell you in 2 minutes what our criticisms are of the Trans-Pacific Partnership Free Trade Agreement. First of all, it's not really a partnership and it's not really about trade. The agenda is being driven by giant US corporations. Pharmaceutical companies want longer and stronger patent rights so that they can charge higher prices for medicines for a longer time. They also want to tie the hands of our government so that it can't regulate the price of medicines to make them more affordable, as we do in Australia at the moment. Giant publishing and IT companies want to extend copyright so that books and other educational materials will be more expensive for schools and libraries. They also want to extend copyright on the internet so it will be harder to know whether you're violating copyright when you download materials on the internet, and you could even suffer criminal penalties. Giant media companies want to restrict our ability to have Australian content in film and television because they say it's a barrier to trade. But we want to be able to tell Australian stories on our film and television, especially for our children. And finally, all of these corporations want to have the right to actually sue governments for millions of dollars if a law or policy harms their profits. We think this is an outrageous proposition, and we've experienced recently the Philip Morris Tobacco Company trying to sue our government over its plain packaging legislation. So if you look at all this extension of corporate rights, it's a pretty big contrast to see that in the TPPA negotiations there is yet no agreement for governments to implement enforceable labour rights and environmental protections. We want workers' rights, not corporate rights. We want a fair deal or no deal in the TPPA.